followers, and welcome back to Feed the Beast. And we're here again today in our little, not even a base, it's just a little shack dug into the side of the wall. It's not particularly pleasant. And today we are going to go on a bit of an expedition. I've kind of picked through everything that I own thus far and grabbed everything I want. We're going to leave this base behind. I did think about setting up more permanently here in today's episode, but as I mentioned briefly last episode, and I guess we can get going as I talk about this, essentially in Feed the Beast we're going to be picking up a lot of stuff. So we're going to keep running into different items, blocks, minerals, crops and all this sort of stuff, and I wanted to get a location that I was really happy with and settle down first before really getting into any of the modded stuff. So what we're actually going to do is go ahead and find a nice place to live before we start and get too far into things here. And while we do that, I guess we can discuss one or two different things. This is still being recorded before I've released episodes 1 and 2, so there's a good chance, well, it's certain essentially that I've not disabled anything. It's just running exactly the same as last episode. I did install a new mod, and it's a mod that's not actually part of Feed the Beast Monster. I installed a mod called the Zoom mod, and you can guess what the Zoom mod does. It is actually a zoom in function, and what it does is actually, you know, for this, that is getting a bit annoying, so let's turn that off before we go any further here. You can see zoom mod right there. We'll talk about that in a minute. Walia, isn't it? I've learned a little bit about Walia, actually. Is it in here, maybe? I always forget now. No, it's in the Walia configuration, isn't it? So, what is it to bring up the menu for Walia? Show usage, show hide. I always forget, honestly. It's been a little bit of a while since I played, so I can't actually remember how you turn that off now. That's really good, isn't it? Inventory. It should be, yeah, recipe mode. Here we go. I'm trying to figure out now how you turn that off real quick. But if we don't find it here shortly, I'm gonna just move on and we'll just have to live with it, because I don't want to put up with that and let it hold up my entire episode here because I can't figure something out. Now I think it was in the controls, if I remember correctly. I just never really looked into it too much. That's show usage. Config screen, yeah, 0. There we go. Walia. There you go. Okay. That took way longer than it should have. So we're gonna head down here. This is a new biome. Overgrown beach, eh? Heard something there. Sounded like fire. I guess I must have just heard something else. Maybe walking on the sand, possibly. So, we're going to head out this way. I'm going to make a boat. I'm going to eat that. And I installed the Zoom mod. Now, the Zoom mod is just a separate mod completely from Feed the Beast Monster. It is a very tiny mod. It adds no items or anything to the game. All it does is it adds that little zoom you get in Optifine. Now, Optifine is not compatible with Feed the Beast Monster, and for a number of reasons, and I don't really know as it will be able to work, but I needed this zoom mod for my thumbnails for this video series. So you will have seen that the thumbnails for episodes 1 and 2 look like they're zoomed in. That's because I'm using the zoom mod, and when we get to land here I'll actually show you what the zoom mod does. And it's configured by default. It's just one control. It's bound to the Z key, so I'm not going to be using it too often. I won't be using it at all in the videos because it's just a decorative thing to help me take the thumbnails. It's just a little tweak that I added, which is basically for decorative purposes. Now I'm hoping that the ocean is not going to be too big here. I do want to hit land fairly soon, and it looks like we're going to do that just fine. We've got something out here. Hopefully it's not just a little tiny island. Oh, this is certainly interesting. Oh, these boat controls. Yes, I know that's a squid. So this is a new biome. I think this is the cherry blossom biome. I remember this from when I went exploring in the past. If there is one biome I would like to move into, it would be that autumn wood biome. That is probably my most favourite biome that I've seen out of all of the biomes I've actually ran into in Biomes of Plenty. It looks like we're going to have to go on foot from here. The boat's probably going to crash on this ice. Yeah, I thought so. That's fine though, I kind of half expected that. Arctic, okay. So we're going to do some adventuring on foot now. And we'll see what we can see. I'm down to just bread, so we're just going to have to bear that in mind for a little bit. And I'll probably turn the whaler back on when I get to a more homely location. Yeah, Cherry Blossom Grove is what this biome is called. Something new over there, but that might just be a big tree. So let's continue our adventure here. So that's one tweak. I guess I could show you now. If I push the Z key, you can see it's kind of like the Optifine zoom. If you're familiar with Optifine, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, that's all it does. Ooh. Do I have any inventory room for that? I would like to pick up a sapling or two of this. Yeah, there we go. I might not run into one of these again for a while. Some new flowers around. Getting a bit of new chunk lag, but that's fine. Could be a lot worse. I'm actually surprised. My computer's holding out pretty good. I'm looking at the top left. The Exploratory is telling me we're going between 60 and 80, which is not too bad. What biome have we got over here? This one looks interesting. Looks like more of a forest. I'm not really sure entirely what this is right here. Rainbow forest. Cool, I guess. What do we got? I think that's... Isn't that one of the woods you get from the Twilight Forest? I think that's one of those. And this one, for sure. An orange sheep. Oh, look at that. The sheep here are all different colours. Might be worth marking this down. I would make a waypoint, but I guess a screenshot will do for right now. I don't want to clog up my world with loads of waypoints. But this is probably one of the few places I can get access to the trees from the Die Trees mod. So we're going to make sure that we take a screenshot of that. This looks like some sort of dense forest over here. I don't know what that is. Looks like a giant flower. So far I've not really ran into anything that seems super cool looking to move into for my base. Ow! Oh, these must be some sort of prickly bush. I have to avoid them then. It looks like we've got some sort of meadow over here. I've noticed one thing, and I think it's a bug, is when you sprint, you don't get the view bobbing sprint straight away. It seems a little weird. It's just a bit different from vanilla. What are we in now? A garden. I don't really like this place. It's... what the? Oh, it's a roaster. So I guess that's kind of like a play on rooster. That's pretty cool. I don't want to move in here. It's too weird. I don't like this place too much. It's just a little on the weird side for me. Giant sunflower there. What have we got over this way? Kind of more of this dead stuff. I really don't want to move into any of these biomes. That is too dingy. This is too fantasy for me. It's not quite what I'm looking for here. We'll do a bit more exploring. It almost feels as if I'm slowed. Looks like I've got a redwood forest up there. It almost feels like I'm slowed, but I'm not. Is it because I'm wearing armor, maybe? I kind of feel a bit faster now. Let's put that back on again. I don't think so. I think I'm just imagining things. This biome doesn't really appeal to me too much. There's another couple of roasters right there. I would kill them to see what drops they have, but I don't really have any inventory room right now. So this strange thing with the sprint is making me wonder that I'm always not sprinting. Now nighttime's going to be approaching soon, and I don't actually own a bed, so we're just going to have to keep going. I'm not going to mess with that right now. Nothing down there, it seems. So let's continue adventuring for a little bit here. I won't see the mobs on the minimap. I don't have that enabled because it looks messy. So let's see what we got over here. Looks like... oh gosh. This does not look pleasant. This is more of that muddy swamp that we saw earlier. Is this the mud stuff again? Quagmire. Yeah. I'm not really into that. Looks like we're going to have to do a little bit more traveling here. How far away are we? We've traveled quite a ways. The problem is with mods like this that modify the biomes heavily. I think you often are probably going to run into cases where the biome that actually looks nice may be a long way away. So I'm going to do a little bit of traveling. I didn't really want to fall in that. I thought it might poison me. So I'm not sure for how long we need to actually continue this exploring. I do know that before the monsters start popping up, I want to be out of this biome for sure. It slows me. I apologise for the screen bouncing. I'm going to head over here. It looks like it's the edge of this forest. Maybe we can find another biome. Is that a skeleton over there? Looks like it is. More bog. Looks like we've got a mountain though. Oof. I want to be out of this. Really want to be out of this. Oh boy, Enderman. It's the last thing I need right now. Yeah, this bog really does slow you down. I guess it's called mud. I think that's what it was called from when we were last in one of those types of biomes. Oof, thank goodness we're out of that. So what do we got over here? Some sort of mystical mountains, maybe? What are we in now? Let's pull it up. A moor. Okay. I like the roots. They add a nice little effect. Underground there. Oh boy, an angry zombie, that's not what I want to see. And a creeper down there. Oh no, don't get me stuck in this bog stuff again. There's a rubber tree there. A spider. We're probably going to spend most of the night on the run, to be quite honest. More of the garden type biome. Another spider over there. Zombie. Looks like we're going into something new over here. More zombies. Yeah, it feels really like my sprint is not working correctly. I don't know. Oh. This is the Biomes of Plenty Badlands. With the hardened clay. This is Biomes of Plenty's version of the Mesa, essentially, is what this is. This is one thing to mark if we want to do some building with hardened clay. I guess this might not be such a bad place to live. It's an interesting biome. I have to say, maybe we can actually set up camp here somewhere. It would certainly be an interesting place to live. There's not a whole lot of wood around, but I guess we could kind of combat that by building a tree farm. It wouldn't be a big deal. We have a nice big forest on that side to start hacking away at. So I don't believe that this is exactly the same as the 1.7 Mesa, because this came out before Mesas did. Yeah, I believe, I'm not entirely sure. You do actually get regular clay in this biome too. Let's go and take a look over at that mountain. There's this over here. I'm not sure what biome that is, but that looks like a nice forest. Oof. Oh, I'm pressing control to sprint. We're only in 1.6. That's one of the things when you play on versions a lot. Oh, dang it. And there's a spider now. I do have an iron sword. I could probably fight them and be okay. I just don't really want to. Spider's probably going to get the jump on me here. And the sprint thing, man. The sprint thing. That really needs looking into. Let's see. We've got the garden over on that side. This is not a very big biome, is it? I don't want to move into a snowy area. This is a very cool looking biome, but it's not very big. It's a potential spot though. So what I want to do is, now then, is that going to pause the game? I hope it is. I want to make a marker. Waypoint, there it is. Add waypoint. And we're going to call this Badlands base site. I don't really worry too much about the colour. And I'm going to turn that off because I don't need a little point there, but I've marked that one. This is an interesting build site. We've got some nice sort of open space over there to work with. I do want to build a very technical base, and it's probably going to be mainly underground, so it doesn't really matter too much what's above ground, but I do want it to look fairly nice and interesting. And my big worry with this biome is I would probably start tearing out chunks of the clay to start and use. Maybe that means that it's probably not the best place to build a base. Maybe this forest over here would actually be a nice place to build it. This one looks more like a kind of a lush forest. What's it called? A grove. The grass is a bit dark, but then again, we've got to remind ourselves we are going to be building underground. So let's continue on a little bit here. Some of that marble stuff there. Oops, skelly. Just a regular old plains wouldn't be too terrible. I think I'm getting a little bit of server lag, which is probably due to the fact that I'm loading so many new chunks. But that's a potential build site. I'm not going to keep going forever, because it could be thousands and thousands of blocks before I find something that would really, really appeal to me. We've got a sort of a murky type swamp over here. I don't like that too much. Oh boy, a creeper. So far, the Badlands has probably been the most favourable candidate right now over anything else. I could build something in the sky using that, and I'm almost out of food. We may start killing zombies for their flesh, because I can cook that up. Get those arrows. I don't think I can pick up the bones, unfortunately. I don't have room. Looks like there's more Badlands over this way. Or was this where I just was? Whoops. I think this might have been where I just was. Whoop. Never mind, I guess. So let's swim over here, and I think that this is probably going to be the favourable candidate. I still don't know what that is. I really don't. There's so many things that I don't understand. That is a big tree over there. Look at that. There's spider, skeletons. I think this is where I just was, actually. Let's take a wander over this way. I'm not going to go by boat again. I have no luck with that. I do have a bow with 13 arrows. I don't really want to waste them, though. Oop. Is he still alive there? There we go. What's that? Just a regular zombie? I'm cool with that. It's the angry fellows I don't like. Where's the moon at? Moon's setting. What's this biome? There's a horse there. This is where we were before. This was the kind of biome we were in before, if I recall. I'll avoid those guys if I can. There's a big pit there. Not sure what I just picked up. There's more of that fluorite stuff. This is where we just were. We may have just made a big trip for nothing. I really don't want to live in one of these kind of biomes. I don't like the colour of the grass more than anything. And it just doesn't seem like a nice place to live. Oh! Oof! Oh man, that was way too close for comfort. Oof. That's the near-death experience for the day. Oil slick there. Oh no. Go! Yeah. Now let me get in the water. You don't like that, do you, guy? There we go. Oh my gosh, that Enderman. I'm not even going to try and fight him. We are out of food. Can't grow anything either, so... At this point, we're just going to have to settle down somewhere, even temporarily. Hey, let me kill you. Of course, you don't drop anything. There might be some passive mobs through here, though, that we can use. Just as a temporary respite. What is this stuff? Cinnamon. Can I eat that? No. My inventory's too full, so I'm going to have to toss it out. V in there with plenty of ores in it, but... Not really what I'm looking for here. Donkeys. Donkeys might be useful if I had a saddle. I'm not crazy about this biome. I'm not sure if we've actually just gone full circle and ended up back where we were. And I'm actually not all that... Well, no, I'm looking at the coordinates now. We're definitely not near where our base was, that's for sure. So I'm going to have to kill some sort of animal here shortly. I have no way of farming anything without spending some time setting stuff up. What do we got over this way? More of the same kind of stuff, isn't it, really? Horses. Yeah, I mean... There looks to be something new over there, but... That's definitely not the kind of biome I want to live in, that's for sure. So I think probably what the best bet would be now is probably to head back to the Badlands and maybe set up a base there. I think that's probably the nicest location we're going to find for quite a ways. So, ooh, what's this over here, actually? This looks like one of those tall pine forests. I quite like those forests. I mean, they're not my favourite, but it may lead to bigger and better things on the other side of it. I don't know if there's any sort of correlation in the way that biomes spawn next to each other, and biomes are plenty. I've not done any research into it. I think you can actually, I'm not entirely sure, but I think you can kill squid and get food off them, so I'm going to attempt to try and kill some squid. I know there's a crystal that gives you saturation. Is that one of them? Jump boost and night vision. No. I guess the night vision might be handy for killing these squiddies. I think you get raw squid off these, and then we might be able to cook it. I have supplies for a furnace. What's that? Squid meat. I probably shouldn't eat that, because I don't know what it's going to do, and I'm not in an ideal position right now. I do have coal. So let's make a furnace. Put some of that in. Whoops. Yeah, I presume you could cook that. A couple more squid around. Got an ink sac that I don't need, and actual raw squid. So building a squid farm may be worthwhile. I'm probably going to kill this squid, and then that'll be enough. Get some raw squid meat. And the actual raw squid itself, I could fight with that. I'll hit you with my squid. Probably not going to eat any of this stuff though, because I have a feeling it could poison me. We'll put that in there. Calamari. Ah, okay. How much hunger points does that restore? Ooh, that's actually a really good food source. What was that? 4 meat pops? So probably cook that up, and I'm also going to cook up the squid. I'm going to toss the ink sacs for now. Anything else I could really toss out that I don't need? Not really. I don't have a backpack either. Can I put that in there? I can, but it doesn't cook anything. Okay. I'm still really full of stuff. I mean, I could need to start and let go of some things. I don't want to just leave this stuff here. Seeds down there. Those, I guess. Oop. So at least we have a decent food source now. I don't know how good a saturation it has, though. That could be the real drawback here. But anything will do right now. This is not such a bad place. Might be a bit laggy, but would be terrible. I don't know what type of wood that is, and I can't pick it up right now. I'm going to be regenning while the meat pops at that, so I'm not going to waste one. Is that just a lighting bug, or is that actually a different crop? It looks like it's a different crop. Some chickens around. Chickens are good. Our new home may be right here. Very densely shrouded forest. I'm going to take a little bit more of a look. Definitely see what's on the other side of this, though. Oh, how did I get poisoned? I guess there must be something, ooh, that I walked over maybe that gave me a poison. Was it probably some poison ivy actually? We're gonna have to be mindful of that. I do have some food though. Mushrooms. I'd love to make mushroom soup, I just don't have enough inventory room. Now you can see why I wanted to move bases now. I mean, I could have held on and tried to get some backpacks or ender chests together, but even so, I think that I made the right call in moving when I did. More of that dead shrubbery. So we're going to keep moving for a little bit here. And just see how things are going for a while. And I think I'll probably be back if I find something interesting. So I'll be right back.